one thing I didn't want to contact you. Don't worry. Yeah. Well, let's have oh, that? Oh.
Scott, I am thinking weather-wise, and if I'm just said, should we get into it? What do you reckon? Should we do it?
Yeah.
Might just ask to get introduced to this. Yeah.
Scott Baird, Detective Inspector, Auckland Police. So around lunchtime yesterday afternoon, police had a report of a missing person, Grace Mullane. We've commenced an investigation because it is unusual that she did not contact her parents on the 2nd of December, which was her birthday. She's an English girl, 22 years old, who's on her OE. The police investigation today has concentrated around her movements and activities in Auckland since she's arrived in New Zealand. A large part of that focus has been around CCTV footage throughout Auckland. She's been staying at a backpackers in the Auckland CBD, and we're asking anybody who has been in contact with her, who's seen her or knows her, to contact police. Our last confirmed sighting was on Saturday the 1st of December at around 7:15 PM near Sky City. At the time, she was wearing a black dress with some white, possibly Converse shoes. So if anybody has seen her, please contact the police. We're dealing with her family. Obviously they're on the other side of the world and they're distraught, so we're having to give them support and give them as much information as we can about our investigation.
Scott, you've got a young woman that is only 22, she's by herself in New Zealand. Do you suspect foul play?
Look, the longer this goes on, the more concerning it is. At the moment, we don't have any evidence of foul play, but we're keeping an open mind.
Did she return to her hostel room? Sorry, go.
What information do you have? Do you have anything after 7:15 PM on Saturday night of where she might have been?
No, all we know is that we have her on CCTV footage at 7:15 PM on Saturday night. From where she went there, we don't know, but obviously that's part of our ongoing investigation.
That photo there looks like it was taken in the foyer outside her backpackers. Is that the case? It doesn't look so.
The photo in the dress here is taken at Sky City on Saturday night, 7:15. So that's what she was last seen wearing.
Did she return to her hostel that night?
But we don't know, we're making those inquiries.
Are her belongings still there?
Some of her belongings were there, yes.
And what belongings? Are her passport, money?
I'm not at liberty to go into what was and wasn't there because we don't know what's missing, if anything is missing.
Have you spoken to those who may have been with her that night?
We've spoken to a number of people at the backpackers because she was in a room where there was at least 4 people staying.
Do we know that she had any plans for that weekend? Tramping, things like that?
No, we don't know about that weekend. We do know that in a couple of days' time she has booked some travel around New Zealand.
How long was she booked in at the backpackers for, Scott?
She's due to leave New Zealand in a couple of weeks' time.
And what about that thing? There have been reports that she was booked in until the 8th. What do you know about her movements out of there? Do we know how long she was booked in at that backpackers for?
No, I don't have those details specifically.
What did her friends say to you? You've talked to some of those people around her. What have they told you about what she had planned?
But I'm not going to go into the detail of the investigation. We're dealing with the family. We do need to keep them appraised, and it's important that we consider their feelings and their welfare as well.
Scott, you mentioned in that press release earlier that there have been some sightings, some different ones. Are you referring to the sightings there, or sightings people may have seen around Auckland?
We know that she went up to the Bay of Islands on a trip since she's arrived in New Zealand. We know she was in Auckland on Friday. So we also know the last time she was actually positively seen was 7:15 p.m. Saturday night.
Can I ask, what do you make of some of these reports that she was seen hitchhiking, doing all these bits and pieces? Do you think they're constructive sightings, or what do you make of those?
Oh, look, it's important if people think that they've seen Grace that they contact us. I know a lot of those will be unconfirmed sightings, but it's important that we know, because it could fit into a jigsaw puzzle, and that could be one piece of the jigsaw.
Do you have any information? I know when young people sometimes, might run away or have sort of different problems. Do you have any indication she may have been stressed or planning to run away, or have any issues around that?
The reason she was reported missing because it's unusual for her not to be in contact with her family.
And how are they doing? I understand they're coming out here, the father maybe?
Yeah, a family member is coming out. Obviously they're distraught. They're on the other side of the world and their loved one has gone missing and they haven't heard from her.
Can you detail what police are actually doing? I mean, you got people around the city looking different places, you may have had tip-offs, or what are police doing?
So the CCTV phase is a massive phase. Auckland CBD has a lot of CCTV, so collecting that, viewing that takes some time. But we also have other inquiries. Obviously there's people at the backpackers we're speaking to and just trying to track down who she may have been in contact with.
Was her phone one of the possessions still at the backpackers, or do you know whether she would still have that on her person?
I'm not going to go into those details at this stage.
How many people are working on the case?
At this stage we've got 20 plus staff working on the investigation.
So can you tell us anything? I know the family have told us that you've said that you were looking at CCTV vision, you're looking at her bank accounts, you're looking at any social media action. Has there been any sort of use of her phone, any use of her bank accounts that you can confirm?
So we're 24 hours into the investigation, so we have some information coming back to us around the inquiries that we're making, but we've got to assess that and reassess that and then work out what our priorities are.
You're a man with a lot of experience. What's your gut feeling, Scott?
The longer this goes on, the more concerning it is. At this stage, we're still hopeful that we'll find Grace, but as I say, the longer it goes on, the more worrying it certainly is.
Do you expect, you just mentioned you had 20 officers on this case, and sometimes that gives an indication of how serious police are taking a case. Do you expect more people to be put on this tomorrow, maybe the next day, or how do you see this playing out?
We will assess and reassess everything and all the information that we keep getting in, and we'll determine whether we need more resourcing, as appropriately determined.
Scott, we were at the backpackers this morning, whenever, and we saw 2 police officers taking out a person and putting them in a police car from there. Can you confirm whether it was in any way related to this inquiry, or was it just some other random thing?
I suspect that's a random thing because I'm not aware of that.
Last questions, guys?
Yeah.
Just lastly, we're confident, so we're looking for the black dress and the sneakers. In an earlier press release, there was another outfit that she may have been wearing. So which one should we be focusing on?
We should be focusing on this last photo we have of her from the CCTV footage, because that's confirmed sighting of her, and it's the clothing that she's wearing, the black dress with the white and we believe Converse type shoes.
Was she by herself, or were there some group members around her?
There were other people around there, and so we're trying to locate and speak to people there.
So she was with maybe friends, they were associates or just other people?
No, there were other people around, so we're trying to identify who they are and work out whether they can assist us.
And sorry, perhaps last for me though, but what do you hope that you will achieve by having her father out here? How are you hoping that he might be able to help you?
Look, I'm sure he'll want to know firsthand what the police are doing to try and find his daughter, and he will be able to give us a lot of information about her background that helps us to profile who she is.
Thanks everyone.